Yeah, go ahead.
We've got the final one. After Jamie, there was GameFreaker. Then we've got Joe, Sam 15, Paudie 16, Aaron 17 with Lordy at the back of the grid.
Fresh tyres for everybody outside the grid, but Gamer will be very pleased with his third pole position of the season. And MaxiLuca and Oogie, who had very strong starts to this season, that's more like it from those two. And then Greeny with an excellent fourth, Big C in fifth. I don't think he'll be too displeased with that. Cliffy in sixth, which is his worst.
That's a good position to start from. The most of the top four, I think, will climb more than like.
So a dry race is expected. Very bright sunshine here at the Hungaroring as we prepare for the start of this race. And
what is the strategy for this race? Is it a one-stop? I say that's a one-stop.
Well, I think we may see a mixture, but I think they will be obviously trying to stretch it out for the one-stop. 35 laps. It's a long race here.
I'm just trying to think what behind the top 10, what they'll start on.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get time to see what the tyres are before they start, and then we will go.
I don't think you will.
Probably not. Probably not.
I'll have a check. I'll be like at the. I will watch from Big C's point of view or like sixth place point of view.
Okay.
Watch at the start.
Yeah. Let us know what goes on. And we have the 5 red lights at the Hungaroring. Gamer on first, MaxiLuca second, and we're off. And that looks like a good start for MaxiLuca. He's going to have the inside line. Game's going to try and cut him off, and he does. Oogie, so the top 3, top 4 maintain position. And look at the Renault of Cliffy diving down the inside there.
Oh, look at who's that? Is that Greeny?
Greeny moving up second. Brilliant start from Greeny.
Move.
And looks like everyone got. Although I just saw Sauber on the grass. I don't know who that was.
Yo, there's Lordyboy spam. Oh, there's damage right there. What happened there? Yeah,
there was some contact behind.
There was some contact. I couldn't see which it was.
And this is one of the best camera views. Yeah, there's a Williams about. I think that's Lordyboy. So back to the front. Gamer leads from Green, who made an excellent start from 4th of the grid. And Cliffy, speaking of excellent starts, is up to 3rd already. Oogie's down to 4th.
Yeah, I think the Toro Rosso might have some damage. I think Big C might have some damage. I'm not sure. I think there was damage over there. I think it's his left front end plate. Or is it his right front end plate? I'm not sure. I think that's left. I'm trying to look from the back of Josh's car because Big C is falling back.
And Cliffy already putting the Ferrari of Greeny under pressure as we head to the end of the first lap. As we get so round the final corner for the first time. Greeny leads from Gamer leads rather from Greeny, Cliffy, Oogie, XJackLacey, MaxiLuca pits. Has he got wing damage? Let me know.
I think so, yeah, it might have been MaxiLuca had wing damage.
Oh, both Williams are pitting. It's a double stack for the Williams team. What a disaster.
There was someone who had damage, I don't know who it was. I think a big C got passed by Showbreads. Let me see, can't see it, it's too far back. Yeah, Big C's not passed by QPR. I think Big C might have damage. It's not visible, I believe, but I think he had damage.
Yeah, Big C's dropping down to 9th and Louis in 8th, so it's good for the Toro Rosso, the Mercedes team at the moment.
No. we're gonna say the wrong person.
So at one point, it's nearly 2-second gap already that Gamer's got over the Ferrari of Greeny. So Greeny's sort of holding up Cliffy at the moment, and if Greeny holds up Cliffy for too long, I think Gamer will just sail off into the distance at this stage of the race.
Gamer's not had the best of starts as well. He's dropped down to 16th place.
16th.
Not good. That is not good for a championship, folks. Oh, and there's a
yellow in sector 3.
Big C's round. Big C's round.
Big C's round. But I'm gonna have to stick with this battle because Cliffy's looking to challenge. But Big C.
What happened? There was yellow, but I don't know what happened. Pie's into the pit lane. Big C's into the pit lane. Different strategies are happening right here.
Yeah. And looks like Cliffy lacks a bit of straight line speed, but we have got DRS now, so that might make a difference. Let's just go to Big C. Big C's pitting, and the McLaren of Pine is in as well. It's just a wing change for Big C. Yes, it is.
No, it's not wing. Yeah, it's wing change. I thought so. Yeah. I was right, he had wing damage.
Pine has switched to the medium, so he's going for a long stint on those. Lap 3 of this race.
The Gamer is sailing up into the distance at the moment. It's 2.7 seconds.
Yeah, Greeny is massively holding up Cliffy. He's got much more pace, so he'll need to get past the DRS. So let's go down the order a bit. Oogie in 4th, XJackLacey in 5th. Josh, excellent 6th place on the soft tyres. So that's a really good position for Josh to be in right now. Shortbread in the other 4-cylinder in 7th. He's made a pretty decent start himself. Louis in 8th, highest running Toro Rosso at the moment. Sambamkid in 9th, and Joel makes up the top 10 in the Sauber. So we've had 4 drivers pit so far. Let's go back to the battle for 2nd position. 2.8 second gap between Greeny and Gamer now. So DRS wing opens. Can he get close? Cliffy lacks a bit of straight line speed, it seems, and that allows Oogie to close the gap. And
Lordy's retired. Yeah, he's had enough.
Yeah, Lordy out of the race, first retirement. Only 4 laps gone, we've already had a retirement. Stark contrast to last week's Silverstone, where we didn't have any retirements until late on in the race.
Look at Cliffy, so close to the back of Greeny.
Oh, and Greeny runs wide, and he gets a 3-second penalty. Multiple warnings.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of those this race, I believe.
Particularly in that section, it's so easy to go. Oh, and Greeny struggling with the suspension.
Hines hit again.
Oh dear.
Wing change. Must have not changed.
Oh, Greeny running wide again. Cliffy must be getting incredibly frustrated. He's clearly got the faster package in terms of the car, but he just cannot get past him. But this is what this track is all about.
I think the pit crew of Pine didn't change his wing when he first came in.
Yeah, I did think it was strange that he came in so early and it wasn't for a wing change, so that he obviously didn't have it set to yes.
I think Cliffy has a chance now. I think he has a better chance. He'll have to lunge it. Yeah. He's closer than he has ever been.
But is Greeny going to go defensive or not?
Too far.
Yeah, still too far.
That is.
It's now 4.2 second gap for Gamer, who's in a dreamland right now, out front.
4 seconds at the moment.
But this little battle for second is fast becoming the Greeny train, because now XJackLacey's Ferrari teammates begin to close up to these 3 drivers. And Greeny goes wide yet again out of 4. He's done that at least 3 laps in a row from what I've seen. Oh, and Greeny loses the back end, but Cliffy will not be able to get through there. I think what he might have to do is try and surprise Greeny from the first corner after the end of sector 2. That may be his best bet, just to try and get past him before the end of the lap rather than straight. So I'm not sure he has the straight line speed.
I'm not sure. Oh, look at that. He's all over the back of Greeny right now. He'll have to pull up an amazing final corner. He'll literally set himself up to have an amazing final corner. Oh, I think this might have been one though. Yeah, Greeny is going defensive right now.
He's got no choice. We'll do this from Oogie's viewpoint. Oh, and Cliffy's going to have to squeeze through. Oh, they touch. Will that allow Oogie to get the jump? No, and I think Cliffy has got it done.
A nice dummy move from Cliffy, faking to the left and then committing to the right.
Yeah, got the perfect view of it on board with Oogie just behind, and now Cliffy will give chase, but he's got 5.3 seconds of time to make up.
Well, it's not like it's 10 seconds or something. I mean, he's got the rest of the race to do it. So.
Of course, yes. But so it looks like to me Greeny's running very low wings, because in the corners he just looks like absolutely struggling.
He's staying with him for now. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. He probably isn't as good as Greeny. If Greeny can stay close, he might be able to get back in front of him.
Who knows? But I mean, like you say, because his straight line speed is better than his downforce, that final corner will be very difficult to be better than.
I'm gonna. But Oogie, if anything, is closer to Greeny.
Gonna have a chance. Yeah,
they're all going to have DRS though.
Yeah, Greeny still has the DRS, but Cliffy's now moving away from him.
Yep, 5.7 gap now for Gamer. Second DRS section, the back end of Greeny just flicking out a little bit.
The detection for both DRS zones. Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah.
Wasn't that for... I think it is.
Yeah, it is for both.
It's always stupid. Anyway.
I think it's needed on this track. I think the one on Mexico is like ridiculous.
Yeah, Mexico definitely is.
Pine gets a penalty. His afternoon can't get much more miserable at the moment.
But it's so stupid because there's no safety, working safety car. 2015 was like that all as well. It's really stupid.
So Cliffy edging out the gap. He wants to try and get that second gap. But xJackLacey has played himself in contention for a podium. He's in 5th at the moment, just closing to the back of the Haas of Ugi. So all of the... So in case you needed reminding, we had 6 rounds of the championship before this, 6 different winners and 6 different constructors. Will that sequence finally be broken? Yeah, will Gamer finally break that sequence? It's looking good for the Mercedes driver at the moment. 3 pole positions this season already, a race victory at Spain, and he's looking for his 2nd race win and the championship lead as it stands here at Hungary.
Yes, I completely forgot about that.
So let's go down the order a little bit. Yeah, Josh is running in 6th. He's the highest soft tyre runner. So he's in a very, very good position. He's under pressure from his teammate and Louis. And then behind them, it's kind of as you were. And Shawbread gets a penalty as he goes through turn 4. So Jamie, yeah, he's on the soft tyres. I mean, he must be looking for the one stop. He started on the soft tyres, but he's in 12th and really struggling. As it stands, he's got no points and no chance of retaining the championship lead unless there's quite a turnaround. He's got to try and make a one-stop work. Here in 13th, under pressure from Gamefreaker in the Renault. And MaxiLuca, having qualified so well, once again just caught up in an incident, and another penalty for him, incidentally. On the mediums, going for a long sim, but his race is done. And Big C in 16th. Well, he kept going in Canada, and we all know what happened there. He somehow got onto the podium, so he'll remember that, and he'll try and keep going. Every point counts. So let's go on board with Gamer just for a moment, and he's in 1st. Cliffy hasn't broken away from Greeny, it has to be said. And Greeny running wide. Will that compromise him and allow...
It's still got the DRS on Cliffy, so it's helping him.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of them are running very similar wing setups.
I'd say so.
Because I was expecting Cliffy to sort of get away from Greeny in sector 2 particularly, and I think he is beginning to now. He's got a 2nd gap now at last, second him a couple of laps. And Ugi really putting Greeny under pressure, and xJackLacey as well. So, yellow's in sector 3. Pine.
Yeah, I think it's... Dear Lord.
Well, Pine is about to be lapped already, and it's only lap 9. That just shows...
I think he's retiring the car. I think he's retiring the car.
Yep, Fernando Alonso team radio in a Scottish accent, and he's going to probably call it a day there. So, Greeny pits on lap 10.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see what... I'm curious... Let's see what... I'm curious to see, and now xJackLacey... Ugi's going defensive. I want to see what tyre Greeny's going on. And too far away.
What?
It's a set of mediums. I thought it was super soft for a second. I was like, no, that does not make sense.
Yeah, there's a yellow in sector 1. Why?
Don't see. See no change of positions. I'm not sure if anyone's had an incident. So Josh up to 5th. So the main battle on track is for 3rd position.
Oh, it's wait, what? It's still Pine.
Yeah,
it's
I think
Pine.
Yeah, it's Pine's retiring car. Yeah, he'll pull off in a minute. And yeah, I mean, Pine last season was he had such a good run. He nearly won the championship. It's just not happened for him again. It's just that's his 3rd non-finish out of 7 races this season.
Never mind that. Yeah, it's not been a good season for Pine. It's been going downhill for him.
For anyone who watched F2 in the last 2 seasons in F1 2016, this is quite a familiar sight. Gamer with a big gap leading the race. 7.5 now the gap. So Cliffy may be battling for the best of the rest of the race he's going, but long way to go. Lap 11 of this 35 lap Hungarian Grand Prix for PSGL F1 League. We had a few incidents at the start, nothing serious, there's a few wing bangings, but it has compromised several of the big guns. But so Ugi, XJackLacey, top 4 all staying out for now. I'm gonna go see where Greeny ended up. He's in 13th, but is he near anybody? That's what I want to know. He's coming to the back of GamingAlimonda and Iran, who are in quite a bit of a scrap. He's not going to have a tyre advantage, so you'll have to hope that low wing setup he's running is going to be able to get him past these two in quick order. Otherwise, he will.
Yeah, otherwise, his undercut is not going to work.
Exactly. He's gone for the early pit stop, but I think on a track like this, to be honest with you, if I was racing, I'd want to stay out as long as I could, because I think the overcut, if you drop out into traffic, you really want to overcut rather than undercut here. Wait till everybody else pits.
Whenever it's overcut or undercut.
XJackLacey pits. So so XJackLacey pits from.
Yeah, if you're in clean air, if you're stuck, then it's not going to help. Because getting stuck here is very bad.
Yeah.
If you're in clean air, you just go as long as possible. Mediums.
So XJackLacey goes on mediums. Now where is Greeny? That's an important question. He's on the main straight, and you can see XJackLacey on the right hand side, and I think Greeny, he did have a bit of clean air, so he didn't get, so he gets back out in front of XJackLacey, but now they're going to get held up.
Yeah, now it's held up, so I think Cliffy might fit now and try to, or maybe he
might wait. He may be aware of where they are.
Yeah, they can have a map, so they could.
Well, Ugi is keeping Cliffy honest. I have to say, he's less than a second behind as they go through sector 2 on lap 12 of this race.
Every time I look at it, part 6. Look at that.
Now let's have a look at the 2 Ferraris who are on fresh tyres now, and now they've caught GamingAlimonda and Iran, who are having a fierce battle for what is currently 10th, although not really net 10th because they haven't pitted yet.
Forget GamingAlimonda and Iran stuck.
Oh, and GamingAlimonda Twitch side, and GamingAlimonda's gonna go. Oh, he nearly went off the track, and Greeny, job done on one of those cars, so he'll be delighted.
He's not gonna find that.
Well, he couldn't. If he fought the wheel a bit more, he would have gone off the track. So he had to sort of.
He would have hit Greeny if he fought the car a bit more. If he had like a Twitch.
Oh, Cliffy pits. Cliffy pits for medium tyres. Now let's see where he ends up.
Yeah, Greeny's got him definitely.
Yeah, so it's worked for Greeny. That was a crucial move he made. And I'm just see where's the Renault. There he is.
GamingAlimonda will have to get out of the way for Cliffy and hold up XJackLacey, but XJackLacey is gonna. Ooh, I thought he had the chance to now get past. GamingAlimonda. Oh, he's gonna go for it down the inside. And he's gonna push him out wide. Not a bad move from from XJackLacey right there. That's
I had a massive delay on switching just then. That was weird.
Oh, did.
Yeah, it seems okay now.
It does mean now that Cliffy is once again now stuck behind Greeny, but he's on fresher tyres.
Yeah, and
Greeny is stuck behind Iran. Very much
Given the success that Iran's had in PSGL, he probably has a no fucks attitude at the moment, so he's not going to make it easy for any of these guys to get past.
I always call him the master of defending. There's no better man in defending than he is, I'd say.
Yeah, but this is a pretty epic train. Gamer pits from the lead of the race, but he should safely. I want to stick with this battle for now. Ugi carries on.
Look at this big train Iran has made. I think Greeny might have run into the back of him.
Yeah, and look at that, Cliffy is going to challenge him for position.
And XJackLacey is going to try and make it a double overtake. Or not.
Cliffy round the outside. Oh, and he's forced him off.
Oh, you pushed wide. That means XJackLacey is going to try and get. both of them. He's getting both of them.
Who's better on the? Who's brave on the brakes? Jack-Lacey will have the inside for turn
Ferrari,
4.
side by side.
Turn 3, I mean.
Oh my god! And how Cliffy.
And Cliffy gets by, and Gamefreaker gets past Gamey as well. Oh wow!
Battle between Renault and Ferrari.
Well, who said you couldn't overtake here? That just disproved that theory. So Jack-Lacey has now, in terms of position, he's now got ahead of Cliffy, whereas earlier in the race he was behind both those guys. So Game
is, I'm not going to say the word, but giving no, you know.
No quarter.
Yeah, that one.
He's giving no quarter. And Cliffy.
What was that?
Oh, and I think Cliffy may have just tagged the back of Jack-Lacey's Ferrari. I saw a bit of debris fly off.
Those trains going through that corner was very much slower through that corner.
Look how close all these cars are. And now Gamefreaker is now defending against Greeny again.
Greeny and Cliffy and Jack-Lacey are fighting there. Look at that. Ferrari and Renault are fighting now with the Force City are shortbread. You're going to make it a 5-wide battle here.
Yeah,
there's 2 cars side by side.
And look at that Force India down the inside.
Oh dear God, there's
shortbread. Oh dearie me.
I think. Oh my goodness me.
That
That
was a Tom Daly dive bomb there.
A what?
Anyone in England knows that reference, because that was from a long way back. A long way back. And I think Shortbread just wipes out Jack-Lacey, the reigning champion.
Yeah, he's letting back through. But yeah, that was a bit of an optimistic maneuver, I'd say.
Yeah, Oogie's pitted, and he's come out behind his teammate Jamie, who hasn't pitted yet.
That means Cliffy and Gamefreaker are the 2 winners out of that big battle, with Jack-Lacey and Greeny with Shortbread as well.
But they are still.
All of them.
They're still behind the Sauber of Iran, so Iran must be just laughing his head off at everything going on behind him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just grabbing some popcorn, he's doing what he has to do, and it's just, yeah, he's just doing what he has to do. 1 car at a time.
Absolutely. So Jamie carries on. The top 2, Josh and Sambamkid, they haven't pitted yet. Sambamkid is on the soft, so yeah, the top 3 of the top 4 haven't pitted, they're on the soft tyres. Iran hasn't pitted, obviously, on the soft, and Shortbread pits for a new wing by the looks of it. I think he definitely made heavy contact with the Ferrari.
And Joe is passing Big C. What are the chances of me seeing that again?
Yeah, so the Sauber passing Big C, and Shortbread's coming out in last position. It was a very optimistic move from Shortbread. I got a decent view of it. I don't know if you got a better view of it, but yeah, it was from such a long way back. There was just not the space for that many cars.
I think they were like 2 side by side, and Shortbread tried to make, tried to take advantage of it, but it didn't work. And
GamingAlimonda has already got past his teammate Sambamkid, so there was definitely a bit of team orders there, I'm sure. Locks the left front tyre a little bit. So
Cliff is getting closer to Iran though.
Yep, that looks like the main battle on track right now. Gamer is in an absolutely wonderful position. All that battling in the midfield has put them so far behind.
He's gone past Green, I think. Really? I don't know.
Yeah, Iran now under attack from Cliffy.
Cliffy on Iran, and then behind QPR passing Gamefreaker.
Will Cliffy go for a dive down the inside? No, Iran goes defensive round the outside, and behind him Louis takes the position. So Iran's
defending from Iran there. Iran's gonna go defensive. No, yeah, it's gone defensive after the last moment right there.
Yeah,
but it didn't well in turn 1, pushed him wide towards the exit.
Yeah, so heading up to turn 4. 17 lap old tyres for Iran now, so it's quite impressive he's able to hold off Cliffy's fresh mediums.
Tells you it's not easy to get past this man. Not easy.
No,
you're
well,
make it hard for you, no matter who you are.
Anyone who's won 3 World Championships in PSGL F1 cannot be a mug.
But look at this. QPR's here as well on the soft tyres. Wait a minute. What?
Interesting. He was on. He started on the super soft, so he's going for a different strategy. Shortbread gets a 3-second penalty according to race control. But I mentioned it earlier, but I think in at the end of sector 2, I believe Cliffy made contact with the back of XJackLacey's Ferrari. I saw a bit of debris fly off.
Yeah, I did see some debris. Yeah, I don't know. I think it might have been minor.
It looks since then it looks like Cliffy's pace has been compromised a little bit. He's going defensive against QPR. He's not really closing on Iran anymore.
No, not much. I think Iran knows this as well.
Now the battle for the lead, back to the front. Josh has been caught by the net race leader, gamerdabest. Surely he's not going to go move down the chicane. No, thinks better of it. He doesn't have to take any risks right now. He's got such a commanding position at the moment. But he's on the softs, Gamer. So what Gamer, he wants to get past Josh as quickly as possible, and then use those quicker tyres in the medium to build up a huge gap, and then come in for the, I guess, the super softs near the end of the race, because I don't think the softs will go all the way to the end from here. Unless I'm wrong, of course, someone may correct me. But still a fair few drivers haven't pitted. 5 drivers haven't pitted at the moment. So, terrible camera view, so I'm going to stick with the onboards.
Look at that, QPR down the inside of Cliffy. Wonderful move. I didn't even look at QPR. I was on board Cliffy and from I don't know, I saw QPR on the right, and he just
down the inside goes gamerdabest back into the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. So let's go back to 3 or 4 cars now. Iran's been basically challenging everybody. Well, pass me if you can. We've had many challenges for the 6th place crown. Can QPR finally dethrone Iran from his 6th place? Because Iran's done a wonderful job, and he's really going to make the one-stop work.
Yeah, it's just like, if you wanted this position, you're going to have to earn it. Something like that.
Yeah, so...
You're not passing a Sauber online that easily, if it's from him.
Well, Cliffy gets a 3-second penalty.
I've given too much Sauber sandwiches before.
Yes, indeed.
Always that one Sauber.
Yeah, I'm sure many a Formula 1 driver in real life has said the same thing when they've come up to a slow Sauber on Monaco. And yeah, it's obviously massive tyre advantage for Louis.
I think he tried the same thing he did on Cliffy.
Yeah, Iran tries to go defensive. No, good.
Iran closes the door.
Brave on the brakes. That was good stuff from Iran again. And I mean, the proverbial cork in the bottle here for the 3 drivers behind him, the 2 Renaults and the Toro Rosso.
Bit of oversteer there, but he's going to have a chance, definitely. He'll have to go defensive.
Aaron will have to go defensive, but watch out for Cliffy to make a late dive.
Making it in the middle, and
and they...
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, QPR, he sort of weaved a bit. I think he needed the whole position. He probably didn't realise Cliffy was there. Cliffy loose place again. And at last.
Much better on the brakes right there, but I think, I was going to say Aaron might come back on him, but that was a bit of a, on the brakes, like Daniel Ricciardo right there.
Yeah.
I its latest moment.
Unless it was lag or something, but Louis made a late move and it sort of caught Cliffy by surprise, and that's why he ended up going wide and losing a place. There was a bit of contact between them. So Jamie still going around in 5th place.
Now as well.
Yeah. Well, I suspect Aaron will be pitting fairly soon. Next few laps. And XJackLacey,
very good for Mercedes. Yeah, Josh pits, so I think Sam's going in 2nd.
Yep, Josh goes into the pits. Sambam carries on. Jamie pits as well from 5th. So can XJackLacey get past Cliffy? And Cliffy pits, and I think it's for a new wing.
Oh no, the double stacking.
Oh, the Renault, Gamefreaker. Oh, how crucial was that tap by Louis, which lost him the place? He's going to get double stacked.
Yeah,
it's a disaster.
It's going to take him a long time. It's
a very long time, and that may be the end of Cliffy's race effectively. And a 5-second stop go penalty for MaxiLuca. Yep, and it's a wing change as well. Wow. And I think Gamefreaker may have had a wing change as well. That's why it took so long. So we're just going to watch the wing change quickly.
I didn't think that. No, there was no wing change. I did look at it, there was no change.
So gamer lead from Sambamkid, who's now been caught by Oogie, who's on for a very good result here as it stands in second. But they all went Oogie going onto the grass for a second. He saves it well. If he'd done that in the wet, that would have been game over. Very fortunate Oogie there to keep the car on the track. Locks the tyres up.
It isn't really impressing anybody right here. Jamie is down in 11th place. Gonna have a lot of work to do after this race.
So Sambamkid pits. So Irin is the only other driver who hasn't pitted at this stage. Will he pit on this lap? Nope, carries on. So it looks like he might be stretching his stint to go for the super softs at the end of the race. I reckon that's what he's doing. I think he would have pitted for the softs already. He was going for the safer option. So Irin's one to keep an eye on. So as it settles down, Oogie in second position. He sort of avoided all that.
xJackLacey are fighting, and Josh takes 5th place from xJackLacey.
Josh on the super softs.
Sam also on the super softs.
Oh, just got a bit of lag on Josh.
Oh dear. Oh yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah, Josh is lagging by the looks of it.
No dear.
Maybe that's just temporary thing. Oh, and Greeny now under attack from the Sauber of Joel. Let's see what everyone's tyres on. So 3 medium runners, the top 3 all running on softs. So I mean, Irin has gained 13 places from the start. I mean, he's got a pit, of course, but that's still very impressive work. So, oh, Greeny loses the back end, and this will allow Joel to dive down the inside at the end of sector 2, and he takes the position up to 8th place for the Sauber. Excellent move from him, but it's all down to Greeny losing the back end. That high wing setup works well on the best compound, but on the lesser compound you do start to struggle a little bit. And now looks like Josh is now making an attack on Irin's ancient medium tyres on the super softs. Should be fairly comfortable move for him. Go late on the brakes. I don't know, but a veteran move gets a switch back from Irin, but he's going to be on the inside for turn 2, and Josh will get the move done.
That move done right there. Super softs versus all mediums, so I think we all know what the
I think Irin did well to make it as much of a fight as it was. So it's a 10-second gap between the top 2. 22 seconds Louis off the lead, and it's very tightly packed midfield from 3rd to about 10th position. Not much to choose between them. So I'll just see the intervals so I can see where to go next. So Irin will be certainly pitting soon, and given the length of this stint, he must be going on the super softs to finish the race. I'd be amazed if he's not.
Definitely.
And another penalty of MaxiLuca. Yeah, I suppose surely maybe I'll ask you to have a look at the penalty, see what the severe ones are. MaxiLuca must have about 20 seconds of penalties. Irin pits after a very impressive stint, I have to say, from him.
Definitely.
Hold off.
A lot of position,
yeah, that's the only thing. All that battling, he will lose a lot of time. But it's not the longest pit lane here. I think it's about 22 seconds here. Maybe.
I thought it was longer than that. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Might have been the rest of it.
I think it's not like Silverstone.
No, definitely not. I'd say, but he's out of the top 10.
So we got a real mixture of tyre compounds out there.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much different tyre strategies there are.
Yeah, and Josh on the super soft rapidly catching Louis. So Josh looking for
it. 3 is pretty much almost set. Josh could take that place from PPR.
Yeah, he just needs to make those fresh super softs last. And now xJackLacey on the mediums. Now he's been passed by the super soft running Josh, and now he's got another super soft running Sambamkid.
He's going to
preparing to attack. Yeah, I think.
I'm looking up.
Yeah, had a little look, but I think he was a bit too far away. And lap 25, this race has gone absolutely flying by. It's been a lot more action than I expected. I was not.
I'd say
so Jamie's close to the back of Joel, so I want to go back to that in a moment.
Now on the outside goes Sambamkid.
You go for the switchback.
Try and go for a cutback. Yeah, there he goes. Side by side once again.
Jamie's sorry, Jack's going to have to go late on the brakes. Oh, and he runs wide, and that's going to allow
Sam
around the outside into free, and he gets the job done. Excellent stuff. And Jamie's just taken Joel for 7th place. So Jamie's on the charge. So XJackLacey is probably going to just fall down the order at this point. Aaron came out on the super softs in 11th, not too far. I think he's still on for points. But the main battle on track now is between Josh and Louis. So Louis desperate to get a good result in Toro Rosso. He runs wide though, out of end of sector 2. Heading through turn 12 and into 13, tight hairpin. Just want to keep the apex. Oh, Louis not getting the best apex, having to correct mid-turn. Yeah, according to Simo, lots of penalties from MaxiLuca. 6 seconds and 5 seconds for the stop go, and shortbread on 12 seconds. But now Josh is getting closer and closer. Would he go for a move on the inside? Oh, brakes late, but not quite close enough. I think Louis had got a better exit out of the final corner. I think that's what saved him there. So I'm just keeping an eye on Jamie's interval to XJackLacey. He's on the much quicker tyres at this point. And so we've got really a race which is now characterised by those on slower tyres and those being hunted down by those on quicker tyres. And there's
the top 2 is now set. Now third is up for grabs. Yeah, definitely. I think Sam and Josh now have a chance to go to get third. I think Sam is now quickly catching the 2 guys ahead of him.
Yeah, the Mercedes
Josh has to keep you off quickly if he doesn't lose his spots.
Yeah,
so. Because
Sambamkid is, I think, well, the last lap he went 6 cents quicker than these two, looking at the intervals.
Straight on defensive. I would have done the same thing.
He's got no choice. Slower tyres. Obviously, Josh's tyres will degrade quicker than the softs.
Yeah, he's going for the cutback move, but straight across goes QPR.
Yep, once again.
Oh my goodness. That's a little bit of weaving, I'd say, because he cut back across and then went back to
just a little bit. Aaron's just overtaken for 10th position from Gamefreaker, so he's back into the points already. Now he's going to give chase to Greeny in the final few laps, and actually I think he's only 1.7 seconds away from Greeny, so that'll be a battle for 9th place shortly. But this is the main battle on track, lap 27 of this PSGL Hungarian Grand Prix, which has seen some fantastic midfield action, even if the lead battle is not anywhere near what it was last week. And yeah, QPR having a decent lap here. Sort of.
Oh, Big C's out.
Big C out of the race, so his good form comes to an end. He has binned it. Looks like turn 4. Looks like he's crashed that.
Yeah, how has he done that?
He must have taken too much speed going up the hill into 4 and lost the car.
That is a big blow to Toro Rosso.
A big blow.
Now they've only got 1 car in the points, and both Mercedes are going for a strong result.
Yeah, Mercedes will put out a little bit of a gap.
Well.
Yeah, Haas will take 2nd as it stands with their 2 cars in the top 10. Yep.
Mercedes will be the better scorer, I'd say.
Yeah, with a short.
With a very experienced calling, I don't know.
And now Greeny under attack from Aaron and Gamefreaker, both on faster tyres. Going to stick with that. Oh, and Aaron goes down the inside.
Look at Aaron.
And that was getting your elbows out and then some, and he takes 9th place.
Putting it lightly, just making your own way through. My goodness, there was like the tiny. It's like the doors on a tiny kit or something, or whatever you call it, and you just bust it open.
Greeny, it had such a promising start to the race, but it's just not worked out for him. But I'm sure his luck will change at some point, because he has clearly has the pace. But I think running such low wings, which we've seen, has just compromised him.
He's now closer.
Yeah, very close. Gamefreaker, we just had cut away, but Gamefreaker's got past Greeny now. Round the outside goes Josh. Sambamkid's right there now.
Yeah,
Louis goes wide. He's gone wide.
Josh.
And Josh just needs to cover the inside in case Louis tries to dive back. No, Louis not got the tyres to do that.
Yeah, Louis not got to worry about Sam.
Yep, indeed. And Greeny pits. He's had enough of those mediums, so he's going to probably go for the consolation prize. No, he retires. Retires. He's had enough, clearly. Oh.
Had enough. Had enough.
That will not go down well. Maranello.
I am gonna... Oh no. No. My trainer will be shaking his head.
Yeah, from Greeny it's been more Luca Badoa than Sebastian Vettel today, unfortunately for him.
What comparison?
So four cars out of the race from the 18 who started, 14 runners. Lap 30, Lordyboy retired early on, and then Pine had to make 3 pit stops and then retired eventually. Bixie had a big crash at turn 4, and we just saw Greeny retire from the race. So just to run down the order, Game of the Best first with a 15-second advantage to Oogie, who's had no answer to the Mercedes driver's pace. Oh, wait a minute. Oogie's car is ghosting. Is he disconnected? No, he's back. He must have paused for a second to adjust something. He's got a comfortable advantage too.
He got the seconds.
Yeah, well, it's his best result in a while for the Haas driver. It'll be his best result of the season. 2 podiums in Bahrain and China, and so he's on for a second place here comfortably. Sambamkid is now catching, or has caught to the back of Louis. Every point counts in the constructors battle, so Louis will be trying to hold that on just to keep Toro Rosso in the hunt before we head to Spa next week, which is obviously a race I can't wait to drive and also watch, because it's my favourite track. In terms of on this game, it's just beautiful to drive.
Oh.
I mean, it always is, but particularly these cars where you can just go so far.
I was watching. I'm looking at Sam without like the UI. I hide the UI, and it's like it's so much different with the UI. Like all on the side. They do the start.
As we enter the closing stages of this race, to those watching, who would your driver of the day be? It's kind of hard to choose here. There's been lots of good performances from the midfield drivers. Sambamkid's getting 10th place from the start. He's had one of those good days where when he's on it, and he's still got.
Yeah, it's just I probably would pay much attention to him. I think he's just gone under our radar, and then now he's like, hey, look at me, I'm gonna go for a podium here, lads.
Yeah, it could still be decided by penalties given how close they are, but we won't check them now with a few laps to go.
No,
so
don't.
I'm not. But you know, I guess the simple answer would be Gamer. He's had it's just like Spain all over again. Got pole position, dominated the race.
It's like he got his A game together and he's just performing like he.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed
to.
He
has looked like Lewis Hamilton out there today when he's got out in front. No one's been able to live with him, which bodes well for him for the rest of the season, because as it stands, he will be taking the lead of the championship. So the main battle really is between the battle for third, really. Now Louis still keeping to the back of Josh. I wonder perhaps if Josh's super soft tyres may go off.
I don't think his soft tyres are strong enough to battle against those super softs.
No, but with the DRS, it may unfortunately, unless he makes a mistake, sort of cancel out any chance Sambamkid has of getting past. But
I think both of their tyres are at the point where they're just equalised.
It was funny though, because I just switched to xJackLacey, and because of the camera angle, it looked like he just went straight off the track, but obviously he didn't, because he's still running in 6th. Jamie's rapidly catching him under 3 seconds, but I think he's going to run out of laps, unfortunately. Oh, Sambamkid gets a penalty, 3 seconds. Now that could that could rule him out from getting a podium, because I do know Louis got a penalty earlier in the race. I have no idea about Josh getting a penalty, but I'm not going to check. So as long as Josh keeps ahead and doesn't get any penalties, I think he is looking good for 3rd place. As we 3 to go, gamer starts, and he's just calmly going about his way. Sector 2. But Oogie, he's had a very good race today. He had a very solid qualifying session and gained a couple of positions. He gained that position from MaxiLuca at the start, and that's pretty much set up his race. I think we have to feel a little bit for Cliffy, because I think he was in the fight, but it's what happens when you get in a big scrap with a lot of cars. You can just, without really doing anything wrong, someone else makes a mistake or you end up taking damage, and that, without the safety car on at the moment, just compromises you so badly.
I'd say Josh has done a very good job as well today.
Yeah, I think if Josh finishes 3rd, I think he would be a strong candidate for driver of the day. If not the driver of the day. It has been, I mean, he started outside the top 10, so he's 11th, I believe. So he's made that really work very well.
Yeah,
so
I think he, wait a minute, was he on the one stop? Was it a one stop?
Yeah, one stop. No, he was on the softs to start with, so he's made the super soft strategy work. MaxiLuca gets another penalty. So I think MaxiLuca's championship bid probably ended here today, unless he has an extraordinary run the rest of the season. But he qualified so well today. It looked like a return to form for the Williams driver, but it's just not worked out. Penultimate lap of the race then. QPR getting a bit closer. Has a little look, not close enough. Yeah, I think he will probably look to do something at the end of the race. There's quite a few gaps now, so that's only the real close battle on track now. So let's go on board with Louis, who's on for his best result since Russia, which he won, of course, his first win in F1 division. After that, he had a 3rd in Spain, a non-finish in Canada, and a 9th position in Britain. So he's still in the hunt for a podium. He's only got one more lap to do it, and Gamer goes through the final corner to start the final lap of the race. Joel gets a penalty. He's got a 4-second gap there, so that may not cost him any positions. MaxiLuca, another penalty for the Williams driver, and he's right on the back of Cliffy. Might have a quick look at that.
Gamer's already started. I thought it was the final lap, but Gamer just started in the final lap.
Yeah, so this is, Louis not really close enough to challenge Shawbread. Sets the fast lap for 1:18.555, but he's well down. And Cliffy gets 3-second penalty. I saw someone else get a penalty just then, but I didn't see who it was. But yeah, he's nowhere near close enough. Yeah, Louis is nowhere near close enough.
Josh will take 3rd.
So Gamefreaker again, he's not close enough. So really, let's see where Game of the Best is. Game of the Best going through sector 2 then. What a glorious race it's been for number 62 driver. Double F2 champion, and he's going to take the lead of the F1 Championship for the first time this season with a near flawless performance here tonight at the Hungaroring. Rounds the final corner, and he will take the victory of round 7, and the sequence of different race winners is over. First double winner of the season. We got Oogie. Can Louis try anything in this final turn 13? Hairpin and 14. I don't think he's going to have it.
Close, but I don't think he will.
But where will they finish in terms of penalties? Louis getting very close, maybe another lap. This is the kind of X he needed last lap. He didn't get it.
Oh dear. Oh, so good.
And just crossed the line. Sambamkid will cross the line in 5th. XJackLacey in 7th. Jamie in 7th. Loses the lead of the championship. Oh, gains a place to 6th. Joel finished 8th. So it's a really good result for Sauber today. 2 of their cars in the points. I believe that's the first time that's happened this season, actually. And
oh dear.
their shortbread crashed in frustration, so that's the 5th retirement of the race. I didn't even talk about Paudie this race, but he's in 13th. Not a good afternoon for McLaren again. No points again for McLaren. They need more than a good engine, clearly.
Yeah, well done. Sauber and Renault. I think Renault has some points as well.
Yeah, good result. Cliffy finishing 10th. Oh, there must have been some penalties. So there you go. That was a very lively race. I have to say, especially in the middle part of the race, where we saw some ridiculous action there. So on the top step then, Game of the Best taking his 2nd win of the season for Mercedes. Vugi 2nd, and Josh a brilliant 3rd place for Force India, his 1st podium of the season. But it's Gamer who here today takes the lead of the PSGL Championship for the first time this season, and I believe in his PSGL career. 1st season in PSGL F1, and after 7 rounds, he is the man to beat at this stage of the season with 5 to go.
Yeah, there were some penalties over there, but didn't change it. I think, yeah, it looks like if Louis passed Josh in the end anyway.
Yeah, top three and Jamie not getting penalties. Paudie not getting penalties either, so that's a little thing, I suppose. But yeah, so some big names retiring, especially Big C. That's a very notable retirement, but unfortunately that wing damage just cut 22 seconds of penalties for MaxiLuca. Good lord.